3, 2, 1, go.
Switching off.
Too many settings. Yeah, the reason why you're seeing this wheel on the screen is because I thought I'll talk on it. Now, you saw it in my short saying that there's going to be another project on the way with this wheel. Unfortunately, this wheel will not be taking part in the project. I sold it on. Reason being was I was not happy with how it was running. It was running good. I just felt that it weren't running fast enough. And if you're watching this channel here, like, we don't deal with the slow stuff. Well, to an extent anyway. There's probably people out there that's got faster setups and whatnot, but yeah, this wheel was spinning way too slow for my liking anyway. So it had to go. It was fussy with all the controllers that I was using. It worked with some, it worked, it was a nightmare, to be fair, if I'm being honest with you. And I thought the best option would be to sell it on. I was going to put it on a BMX. I did have another bike that I was going to put it on and try and make it look like a stealth sort of low riding bike. But then, yeah, I thought, you know what, let me get rid of it. Some extra money at the end of the day. Some space, extra space. So yeah. Okay, the 3,000 watt. Yeah, I sold it. I wanted to free up some money. The weather's changing. I didn't really use it as much. Started to lose interest in it. So yeah, I had to go. Do I regret selling it? Yeah and no, because it's like the power I'm gonna miss, most definitely. But at the same time, it's one of them bittersweet situations. Yeah, definitely. Would I recommend to get one? Hell yeah. If you want power and you want to upgrade from a 1500 watt or 1000 watt or even a 250 watt, whatever you, it's definitely an upgrade, 100%. What I say the downfalls are of that motor, the weight of the motor itself. Now, if you have to lift that up some stairs, or you're trying to lift that, I don't know if you live in flats or wherever you live and you have to try and lift that, you're gonna feel it, because that motor is flipping heavy. It's not like no 1000 watt motor or whatever. It's like double the weight, if not more. You get what I mean? So yeah, that's a downfall. That's a downside. Another downside, people could see it as a downside, people could see it as a good side, but I would say this is a downside if you're a novice and you're not into all of that. You need a strong frame, because if you put this in a light frame, you're just going to be lifting everywhere. Like literally when you're taking off, let me give you an example. You know Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel, when he's in that muscle car and he takes off and the car lifts up. Yeah, this is what this does in the e-bike side of things. This is like the e-bike sort of muscle build if you was fucking putting it on a light frame. That it's going to be lifting all the time. Like literally, it was okay at certain points, but it's like when you're not ready for it, trust me, you are not ready for it. And I don't know, if you're a novice, it might be a bit technical, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, that's the verdict. Now, what I stupidly done in the process, I flipping fitted the wheel on with the wrong amount of spacers, thinking that it's the same way how it goes on a Giant. Now, when you put motors on different bikes, depending on how the frame structure is and whatnot, they all go on differently. You have to do the spacing differently and all of that stuff there. And I got it twisted and started running the motor, and then before I knew it, the wires got all chewed up and I couldn't run the motor, so I had to solder back the wires so I could get some more filming done on the 3K. And then after I done the filming, I thought, you know what, this has to go, can't be bothered with it anymore. And that's literally what's happened with the 3K. The 1500 watt that you see in the videos, shorts, yeah, I sold that as well. And I sold the white Giant frame that you see in the shorts and in the videos and whatnot. Now, do you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I regret selling both of them parts more than, than the 3K. Like, because that frame was a good frame. Extra large, strong, could handle anything you threw at it to an extent. And that motor as well was a good motor. I had that motor for about a year. I didn't have no problems with it. It done everything that it needed to do. I put every sort of voltage or battery that you could put on there, from 36 to 72, and it took anything I threw at that motor, it took. No joke. So yeah, that's what's happened with it. The guy ended up buying the motor first, and then I told him I had this frame, and he come and got the frame, and now he's just slowly building back up the Giant with the 1500 watt, and he's doing a 1500 watt, I believe a 52 volt build. So more or less the same as what it was running. It's got the same controller that I was using, because I gave him that with the package with the wheel and whatnot. So yeah, hopefully we can link up with that guy and try and get a little filming with him. Not promising nothing, but maybe. And yeah, that's what's gone. Whoa, that's what's happened with that motor there. Yeah. Okay, picked up this 1.5 27.5, so it's bigger than the 1.5 that I had before. 1500 watts, whatever you want to call it. It did have a problem. Spokes were loose, tightened them up, was all shaky before, and it did have a crack. I'm trying to find it in between there. I've just basically glued it and just lifted it back up. I picked up this as well. I'm not too sure on what the watts is. I'm guessing that it's 1000 watt. It's not in the best condition, but it is functional. So yeah, got rid of 3 motors and ended it back up with another 2 motors. This is the 1000 watt with 52. Okay, so there's like 5 miles per hour difference between the 2 motors. So yeah, it could be 1000 watt. Probably is, to be fair. That's it spinning by itself. I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to flip this key here. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we're on. But yeah, that's all I'm showing on that. Let's talk about my controllers. Now this is the biggest amp controller that I'm using at the moment. It is a 45 amp. It says 48 to 72, but if you have this screen here, you can program it to any voltage from 24 to 72, and it has been shunted as well. This is what I use more time when I want to get the most out of my motors and use bigger batteries. And then we have this one here, which is the 35 amp. This is usually what comes in the 1500 watt kits. I usually put these on my 250 watts if I want to go a bit overboard with it to an extent. Sometimes I might even put this one on, but more time I put this one on. And then this is this irregular, it says 500 watts it's supposed to be rated for, and it is a 30 amp. Now I just use this basically to commute and when I'm just running low power, more or less. But none of these two silver ones have been shunted. But yeah, I just thought I'd just share my controllers and what's what with them. And yeah, that's about it really. Stay tuned.